Among the biggest points of contention about the live-action Avatar show was how they changed King Bumi. Which is a shame because I thought he was well acted. His actor nailed the kooky old man role. Hell, he even gets lines that I would expect from the actual animated King Bumi, such as being unsure whether his long life was good luck or bad luck. Then we run into the problem. You see, Bumi was composited with the old fisherman from the episode The Storm. The fisherman was jaded that Aang had left the world and let the 100-Year War drag on to this point. And Aang really, in his own heart, believed that there was merit to those words, since he did feel guilt before he met that fisherman and before he got called out by him over leaving the Air Nomads. This doesn't work for the live-action Avatar series where Aang didn't leave the world intentionally. Aang left after learning he was the Avatar, not because he was running away from his destiny, and he just basically did what amounted to going out for a walk to get his head cleared. How everything changed for him, well, that really doesn't matter. He didn't contemplate the implications of said changes. He really didn't make the conscious choice to run away. He accidentally stumbled into it, and then 20 minutes later, Sozin shows up. Netflix? Bumi's sadistic anger towards Aang doesn't work as the crux of the plot if Aang didn't run away from the world in the first place. Hell, there's an argument that his sadistic anger in and of itself is disproportionate even if he did run away. So why does this matter? This is a symptom of a much larger problem within Netflix's Avatar: The Last Airbender adaptation. Remember the episode in the original series called The Guru. Remember how Aang, needed to open several of his chakras by confronting the past. The water chakra, for example, dealt with his guilt for leaving the Southern Air Temple in the condition that he did. Then the fire chakra dealt with Aang's guilt for burning Katara, and the sound chakra, well, that was from how Aang covered up how he was the Avatar and he knew when he first met Sokka and Katara. This episode was testing Aang's spirit, and I really hope they do not cut the Guru from Season 2 of the Netflix adaptation. But if they did keep it, we have 7 chakras and 3 of them are basically useless because they basically did not happen in the series, either cutting it for plot or cutting it because the emotional beats did not happen. And this series likes to play up how Aang is the bringer of hope way more than the original series. How much more interesting would it be if he did indeed run away from his destiny? How much more desperate would things be if the last hope for the entire world was just some 12-year-old who tried to run away from his responsibilities and had to pick them back up 100 years later after the world is half burning? That's a nice recipe for some internal and external conflict. I'm not the only one who believes that, because that's exactly how King Bumi is written in the show, to feed into the theme of how there is still hope even within the most desperate of places and times, but the writers did not set that up. I think it's telling how everyone's agency in this series is sucked out of them because of our lore obsession and the need to burn through as many plot points as possible, making things feel rushed and skipping out on nice emotional moments and themes we could have developed. To have drama, you need to have meaningful conflict, both physical and emotional, and the latter is what the series sorely lacks. That's it for this video. Please consider liking, subscribing, tipping the channel on Ko-fi. This is Cyril signing off.